decided.
I'm lucid, but I'm losing.
A small part of me each day.
The game is fun. Welcome to Los Angeles. Daydreams of a talking place. You won't be here long, they always wait. All your talent just ain't worth shit. Welcome to Los Angeles. Daydreams of a talking place. You won't be here long, they always wish. All your talent just ain't worth shit. Welcome to Los Angeles. Daydreams of a talking place. You won't be here long, they always wait. All your talent just ain't worth shit.
First to leave, last career. Can't have my legs going on. Grease is fade is the fire. My ankles are burning from. Never slow down, keep your head high. Time to the final line, too deep. My eye will break it. What carries me into the end? This is my body. I transcend against defeat. I close my eyes. Every step is a life saved under these skies. Every star close you can get. Spears must rise by my side the day I repay my debt. Never slow down, ignore the rest. Feel the heart thumping in your chest. It's safe and sound. My cries won't get to anyone's ears. Pain spilling with blood and tears to feed the ground. I close my eyes. Every step is a life saved. Underneath skies.
you ever heard of Kyle? Well, we ain't got much to do. But if you visit here, I swear you'll take us home with you. 2 great square miles, hills of green and brown. Some of the finest people you'll ever meet throughout the town. The Lakota people are at home and share their art with joy, educating their nation to every girl and boy. Have you ever heard of Kyle? Well, we ain't got much to do, but if you visit here, I swear you'll take us home with you. Have you ever heard of Kyle? Well, we ain't got much to do. Lakota's prairie ranch tastes good, but Angie's burritos comes first, and the Horseshoe Bar and Grill can quench any kind of thirst. And if you need to touch the grass, the Badlands ain't too far. Past Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore course, just a half hour by car. Have you ever heard of Kyle? Well, we ain't got much to do, but if you visit here, I swear you'll take us home with you. So if you ever find yourself bored in South Dakota, well, now you know a bit more about a place that you must see. And the next time someone asks about where to go and stay for a while, ask them this old question. Tell me, have you ever heard of Kyle? Have you ever heard of Kyle? Well, we ain't got much to do, but if you visit here, I swear you'll take us home with you.
We sat for one last place. as if it might never open ever again. At that table we were good and as intense as we could, with dreams, foolish ideas, only us understood. Only us understood. As intense as we could, with dreams, foolish ideas, only us understood. Only us understood. So hard to build the railroad bridge, they called it the Devil's Canyon. No lawman here, a town on edge, a ghost town now abandoned. Meaner than tombstone, tougher than Dodge, the Arizona tumbleweeds blow. Gamblers, drifters, and gritty outlaws dwelled in Canyon Diablo. Nobody was able to lay down the law in this shady outpost. By the time that any help came at all, everything was gone but ghost. Center of town was called Hell Street. Gambling halls run day and night. 2,000 people living in the heat. No one tells of their flight. The Wild West, it was a warning. The danger was never greater. When the first floor man was sworn in, he was buried 5 hours later. Nobody was able to lay down the law in this shitty outpost. By the time that any help came at all, everything was gone but ghost. Meaner than tombstone, tougher than Dodge, the Arizona tumbleweeds blow. Gamblers, drifters, and gritty outlaws died in Canyon Diablo. 5 more marshals came into town, they were ready to shoot to kill. But one by one they were taken down. So many graves upon Bud Hill. Nobody's able to tame the beast. Those that tried met their fate. The townsfolk left or they became deceased, and the railroad's coming too late. Finally the army was called on in to try and get it under control. The deadly air was always haunting a city full of lost souls. Tombstone, tougher than Dodge, the Arizona tumbleweeds blow. Gamblers, drifters, and gritty outlaws dwelled in Canyon Diablo. Nobody was able to lay down the law in this shitty outpost. By the time that any help came at all, everything was gone but ghost. Meaner than tombstone, tougher than Dodge, the Arizona tumbleweeds blow. Gamblers, drifters, gritty outlaws in Hell Canyon Diablo. Nobody was able to lay down the law
retrieve that comes to me, a shift in the breeze, a whispered greeting of some immensity, invisibly light, stepping through the borderline, a portal in mind of some fair distance. I feel resistant, but the music plays and takes it all away. What did I sacrifice? I would surrender anything to stay one moonless night in paradise. By my own device, I am a captive enraptured by city lights and cruel delights in hearing God. Costumed in black, they come to me, a mystery by way of meeting. A strange tranquility accompanies their pride. Mesmerize their cobalt eyes, a riveting guise, ever shifting. I take a gift of gold and then behold, the spirits come alive. They are right to be feared, for the wonders rise clear in towering steel, in flora unsealed. For the mystic is near, on source of my kind. I left a ghost behind. What did I sacrifice? I would surrender anything to stay one moonless night in paradise. By my own device, I am a captive enraptured by city lights and cruel delights in beating God, beating God, beating God, beating God, beating
Slam my doors to punctuate an outburst. Cross my floors on tiptoe, you've learned where they creep. Raise my windows to ventilate freshen. Kick my corners and leave an impression. Hinges break. Carpets never stay soft. Window panes crack a little.
to understand the scope of where I am. 5,000 years in the making, and I'm just here taking pictures of magic vivid sound. I can tell you where they are. If I could hand back some of the things that I would get now.
Dead-end road in a dead-end town. Railroad ties still tied down. Nothing to do here, nothing to see. No room to grow, one way to be. High school kids are all the same. Try so hard to make the name. Friday night football dreams, but I was never one for teams. Where the stadium walls felt like the end of the world, I signed my name to a few choice words. Fuck this town, I'd have it all, but if not for you, I never made it all I had was a little of just enough, just parking lots and old pool halls, empty bottles against the wall, piling into your farm's board, black-haired dice on our board, shitty clubs and shitty bands, take the stage and make their stand, rage against their broken homes, all together, all alone. Where the bathroom walls felt like the end of the world, I signed my name to a few choice words. Fuck this town, I'd have it all, but if not for you, I never made it all I had was a little of just enough, just enough. But I had you, and you had me, to get us through this misery.